Hey guys, welcome to the Anime Casuals Podcast, the podcast for avid and casual anime fans. I'm your host Mitchell, and I'm joined by my co-host Gabriel.
Hey, what's going on? I'm Gabriel, and welcome to the first episode of our podcast. Since this is our first episode, we're going to start off by letting you know a little bit about ourselves and our podcast. I'm a senior in high school. I've been watching anime since about the 4th grade. I started with an anime called Sergeant Frog that was on Netflix a long time ago, if any of y'all are familiar with it. Genres of anime that I like, I tend to like a lot of deeper meaning animes, a lot of action and suspense, and a lot of gore. Something like Neon Genesis Evangelion or Devilman Crybaby are animes I tend to really enjoy, but I'm also kind of a happier guy too. I like slice of life anime. It's probably one of my favorite genres, as well as Mitchell's.
I'm also a senior in high school. I've been watching anime since roughly elementary. Genres I like are music, I like sports, action, adventure, shonen. I'm one of those type of guys. I like animes with deep meanings behind them. And topics this podcast is going to discuss are going to be like rants. We're going to be covering the community, discussions, and such. That's what you could expect. Reviews and future plans for this podcast. You could expect to see us every roughly 2 weeks. We're just starting off, so we're going to see what we do from there. But with that being said, we're going to get in our first topic of this episode. First off, we're going to start off by doing the My Anime List scores for the anime of 2019. Gabriel has not seen the scores, but he does know a little bit about the popularity, so I'm going to start off by doing each season, and then we're going to start from there.
Fair warning before we do this, we only usually go off of animes that we've seen. If there's anything that you think we haven't included, it's probably because we haven't seen it. We do read articles and we do kind of skim the surface, but we usually just go based off of what we've already known.
So, for the winter of 2019, for popularity, this is My Anime List. Keep that in mind. We have number 1 with The Rise of the Shield Hero, and number 2, The Promised Neverland, number 3, Mob Psycho 100 Season 2, and then number 4, Kaguya-sama Love is War, number 5, Dororo, and number 6, Domestic Girlfriend. What out of those, which do you guys think is number 1 based on score?
Based on score?
Yes, based on score out of those.
Ah, man. It probably would have to be The Promised Neverland.
Okay, what do you think is number 2?
I would say Dr. Stone was number 2.
No, that was Summer.
That was Summer. I can't say it, but I think that Domestic Girlfriend was pretty popular when it came out.
Okay, yeah, but this is score. We're just doing.
Listen here, man. Score has nothing to do with popularity.
Okay, yeah. Okay, but number 1, it was Mob Psycho.
Okay.
Mob Psycho Season 2.
Yep.
Number 2 was The Promised Neverland.
Okay.
And then from there on, it's a little rough. Shield Hero actually ended up getting number 5.
Really?
But yeah, Shield Hero was number 5.
Wow.
And Domestic Girlfriend didn't even make the top 6.
Well, people have different opinions.
But not only that, it was number 17. It with a 7.11. And number 6 was My Roommate is a Cat.
I failed this community.
But yeah, number 1 was Mob Psycho Season 2 with an 8.89, and then The Promised Neverland with an 8.69. Mob Psycho Season 2, that's a pretty high rating. So now we're moving on to the spring. Starting off with the popularity again. One Punch Man second season, number 1 in popularity. Number 2, this kind of surprised me. Number 2 was actually Demon Slayer in popularity. And then number 3, Attack on Titan Season 3 Part 2. And then number 4, what our friend just watched, Wise Man's Grandchild. And then Fruits Baskets 2019, number 5. And Isekai Quartet in number 6. You should know what is number 1 for the scores.
I'm assuming it's Demon Slayer, without a doubt.
Actually, it's not. And this is actually one of the 9s that came out this year. Actually, there's only 10 9s on my anime list. This is one of them.
Oh, God. Is it actually Attack on Titan Season 3 Part 2?
Yes, that has it's a 9.07. So it didn't just barely make a 9. And then I guess you can guess number 2 after that.
Yeah, it's Demon Slayer.
Demon Slayer with an 8.92, which is close to a 9, which is about as close as you're going to get. And then we have Fruits Baskets at number 3. And then we have Diamond No Ace, Act 2. That's a baseball anime. And then Bungo Stray Dogs, 3rd season. Mobile Suit Gundam, The Origin, Advent of the Red Comet, number 6. And honorable mentions, Carol and Tuesday with an 8.05 got 7th, which I was surprised about. I thought it would have been a lot higher because, and just score. Isekai Quartet, 11th with a 7.58, and One Punch Man, 2nd season with a 7.50, and it got 12th in the score.
As not seeing Isekai Quartet yet, but I do know it's a little short. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know how I feel about Attack on Titan. I'm not a big fan of season 3 because I didn't watch it yet, but it was because season 2 ruined it so horribly for me. It's a lot like whenever you watch The Walking Dead, and you know nobody watches The Walking Dead anymore. Why? Because it got horrible. And now they're saying, oh, it's good though, watch season 9 though. No, you don't want to watch season 9 because it was so bad.
It's kind of like those anime where they say, I promise it gets good after episode 70. I'm like, I'm not waiting 70 episodes for an anime to get good.
But do you think that Fruits Basket, because I know you really love that, do you think that should have been higher in score?
No, it was third. I think that's pretty... I think it's pretty... I mean, honestly, I think it's better than Demon Slayer, so I think it should have been higher than Demon Slayer. But what I was really surprised about is Carol and Tuesday. I honestly thought that would have been top 3. I didn't think Fruits Baskets would be that high, but I know it's very popular, and it was a good remake. They're basing it off the manga now, which they didn't do previously. So, and people are excited for the next season, which they are making another season for it. So, yeah, but I was just really, I couldn't believe the Carol and Tuesday in 7th, not even making the top 6. So, I mean, that was pretty. That's still. I don't know.
So you think that Carol and Tuesday should have, in popularity wise, beat out?
No, not popularity. I'm talking about
Fruits
score.
Basket.
I'm talking about
Score.
So I understand popularity because Carol and Tuesday wasn't really that big. It just got moved to Netflix, so its popularity did rise because when anime tend to get on Netflix, their popularity does rise because it's just easy to get on and everything. So I don't know, just the score. I think it should have got better.
All right, we'll move on to our next season.
All right, so summer 2019. This one's a big one. Okay.
Bangers.
All right. Popularity number 1, Dr. Stone. Number 2, Fire Force. Number 3, Vinland Saga, which surprised me. I didn't think it would be that high. And then, Is It Wrong to Try to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon, Season 2. And then, I do not know how to say this one, so Ari Forer did that? I really don't know how to say that, From a Commonplace. And How Heavy Are the Dumbbells You Lift. Number 6. So what do you think got the highest score from the summer?
Dr. Stone. It has to be Dr. Stone. And if it's not Dr. Stone, I would really be surprised. What is it?
It's Vinland Saga.
Okay, that's not a bad choice. I was going to put Vinland Saga at 2nd. But because of how many people have rated Dr. Stone so much higher, I would assume that would have been
Wait, does that mean you're trying to say that Dr. Stone... I have not seen Vinland Saga, but I have read the manga, and I've seen some clips, and they've done a beautiful job animating it. And I know you have seen Vinland Saga, so are you trying to say that Dr. Stone is better than Vinland Saga?
No, in my personal opinion, Vinland Saga, in almost all of its assets, are completely better than Dr. Stone, especially in the summer season. When you're talking about that period, Vinland Saga stood out not during its first couple of episodes, but more towards the middle. It's a lot like the manga in that sense, where it did stand out. It had a nice little first impression, but then whenever you got towards the middle of it, you were really blown away with its emotional depth. And you know that, and I know that because we both read the manga.
Yeah.
But as seeing it, it was even better than reading the manga. And I never thought that something like that, as these mangas' names have been tarnished. So people like Berserk tarnished the anime.
That's why I was really surprised, because that's one of these manga that has beautiful art, and almost people were just saying, please don't animate this. Please don't give it the Berserk or the Kingdom, because those are so beautiful in the manga, but just animated, they were not. But Vinland Saga did not get that. It was really beautiful. I was watching, I was like, they did a really good job with it.
They hit the point on the mark with that one. And
they did. But the only thing that I really didn't like is that it was only with Amazon Prime. And if it was not with Amazon Prime, if Netflix got a hold of that, oh my gosh. But, Amazon Prime, but I think it would have been a lot more popular, and it would have been, a lot more people would know about it. if it weren't for that, because I don't know, even if Crunchyroll, even if it was not like Netflix or anything, if it was just Crunchyroll or Funimation that got hold of it, then I don't know.
But you have to, I mean, you do have to think about, you're talking about studios and you're talking about who's tied to what corporation. You do have to realize that if it would have gotten into Netflix's hands, it would have been a bad deal.
No, well, Netflix does not make the anime. They just dub them.
No, but they do kind of control the corporations that give them the anime. You see what I'm saying?
I guess I don't really see that, but let's go back to where do you think Fire Force falls in the top 6?
3.
Okay, well you're wrong because it's not even in the top 6.
I'm disappointed again.
It's not even in. It is 10th with a 7.76.
Okay, so what's above it?
It's I can give you 6. I can give you 1 through 6. Vinland Saga number 1 with an 8.77, still really high.
Deserved.
Dr. Stone 8.49.
Deserved.
And then the Senkai Zestru. I do not know Symphogear XV. I don't know how to say that, but
haven't seen it, but I'm assuming it's not deserved.
And then what is it? Teasing Master Tagagi-san. I've seen it on Netflix, but I really can't put my
probably saying not deserved.
Yeah, Astra Lost in Space, Given, which is
I've heard it's pretty good.
It's a music one. You remember? I think it was about the gay couple or something like that. I don't know. But yeah,
don't quote us on that.
Fire Force. It didn't even get an 8. I know how strongly you feel about that.
So what was the actual score for Fire Force? Because I need to
7.76.
So it got a little bit around Domestic Girlfriend.
No, it got way better than Domestic Girlfriend.
What Domestic Girlfriend got?
7.11.
Yeah.
So I think I'm actually happy with Fire Force's score. I liked it, but just at parts, I just kind of was like, I'm not really feeling it.
I'm very opposed to that. I feel like Fire Force did a standout job with their animation. I feel like they did a standout job towards the end with their emotional death. I didn't expect it, but when it came, it came. It's a lot like when Naruto gets sad. You know, you don't really expect when Naruto gets like that deep, and you're like, damn, that was a deep episode. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's how Fire Force ended up being. But in that season, I understand the first couple episodes weren't as great as they should have been. The horrific CGI train in the first episode should have not been CGI. That thing looked disgusting.
Oh, I can't even remember that. Oh, are you talking about the smoke with it or whatever?
The CGI train, the very first scene, the very first episode.
I can't remember that. I don't
disgusting CGI.
I don't tend to go that far into detail. All right, I guess with that being said, there's nothing really else. Number 5 in popularity actually ended up getting a 6.5 through, which is number 27 over scores, which is not good. How Heavy Are the Dumbbells You Lift got a 7.56, which is 11th in scores for that season.
That's nowhere near
Fire Force. Fall. This was where there was a bunch of second seasons, like Food Wars, Seven Deadly Sins, SAO, My Hero. So popularity, obviously, My Hero. Number 2, SAO, Sword Art Online. And then number 3, Seven Deadly Sins, the Wrath of the Gods or whatever, something like that. It's the 3rd season, I think. And then number 4, Food Wars, The Fourth Plate. And number 5, Cautious Hero, Isekai. I watched it. Number 6, Orisuki. Are You the Only One Who Loves Me? I'd not heard of it, not seen it, so I can't really say.
I've heard a little bit about it.
Okay. So number 1 for score, I've never even heard of. I'll say that I've never heard of it.
Go ahead.
It's not even on popularity. It's Kono Ota Tomura, Sounds of Life Season 2. Sorry, 8.46.
Did you say stands?
No, not okay. This is not a JoJo reference. And number 2, if you watch the Anime Man, then you know how greatly this has been praised. B-Stars.
Yes,
it did. There's heavy CGI, but I think I don't know. I've seen it. I haven't watched it, but I am planning on watching it. So
personal take with CGI anime, and a lot of people do feel like this. It doesn't look good. I've rarely seen a very good CGI'd scene, especially when you compare it to something that's fully CGI'd, as something like Ruby or whatever that Verb original that they push all the time with Michael B. Jordan in it looks gross. Like all of it looks bad. The ads, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah, they all look horrible.
So and then we got High Score Girl, season 2, 8.28. Have you seen that on Netflix? It's been, I don't know, it's been promoted a lot on Netflix.
I've seen it promoted.
The first season, so I think that should be coming on Netflix if it's not already. My Hero season 4, 8.26. I respect that. This is, I think this has been a good season. It kind of started off, I don't know, but when I found out that All Might episode where we found out, I don't want to say any spoilers. Number 5, A Sentence of a Bookworm. I haven't heard of it. And then SAO number 6.
So,
7 with a 7.9. And then here's the honorable mentions. Food Wars. It got 8 with a 7.88. Cautious Hero, 12 with a 7.71. Stars Align, which is the tennis anime, with 13th with a 7.68. Ahiro no Sora, 15th with a 7.59, which I think is not deserving at all. I think it should be higher. I love that. I think it's a good take on sports anime just because it's not involved like straight into a tournament arc. It's not like, I don't know, superpowers like Kuroko no Basket. I think it's good. You feel for all the characters and like they're all going through something and they all have their own individual reasons for playing. I like that. Seven Deadly Sins, 6.59 with 20. That's ranked 21. The studio did a horrible job. I saw the Escanor versus Meliodas fight, and that looks like it was fan made on YouTube. Didn't look good at all.
No spoilers. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I mean, it just looks horrible. It's not great anime. You might as well just read the manga at this point. Assassin's Pride, 6.25, which is kind of popular this season. It gives the 30th rank.
So all I want to say before we move on is about the new SAO season. Also, I forget what it's called. But it's all right. I haven't seen it, but I just know this. Like, Are
you talking about SAO as a whole is all right, or
no? Just the new season.
Well, you haven't seen it, so how can you?
No. I'm saying the whole fact of them making it it's an okay idea.
Okay,
but like
I see what you're saying.
This is the only reason I haven't really hopped on board is because. Unlike a lot of people, I didn't hate on SAO. A lot of people hated on it. I still took it for good continuity, and I looked back, and I was like, it kind of felt like a waste of time. And I really don't want to watch another sequel if they make one. And I said that way back when it ended, and then they kept making them, and I was like, yeah, I'm solid without it. So it's my stance.
So now we're going to move on to, we're ranking the animes that we've watched in 2019. So, and this includes series that ended in 2019 and series that are ongoing, that have ongoing episodes, but we're just going to be talking about the episodes that came out in 2019. So, I guess I'll start off. How many do you have in your list?
I have 11.
So I have 12. I guess I'll start off. Number 12, I watched this. It was short. But it was horrible, but it was funny horrible. Why the hell are you here, teacher?
You told me that.
Yeah. I give it like a 3 or a 4. I can't remember what I gave it, but it was bad. But the studio, not because of the animation or anything, it's just because its story was stupid. It was so predictable, and just the way it moved on, and how the characters ended up in situations that were so predictable.
But isn't that how like an anime like that should be handled? Shouldn't an anime like that be handled?
But that's just but that's just not my cup of tea. Honestly, I didn't like it, but it was just I was just kind of watching it and laughing because just how, I don't know. You go on with your number 11.
All right, so my number 11 would be Rise of the Shield Hero.
Wow.
Not because it was bad, but because everything else was so damn good. Man, I'm talking about, personally, I think that a lot of these anime this year was so great. And to say that anime like Rise of the Shield Hero, which like 4 years ago would have been probably the like number 1 trending anime of all time, like at that point in time would have been like number 1 or number 2 trending.
It was very popular this year.
Good.
It was very popular this year. Like I said, it was number number 1 in popularity for 2019. It's already confirmed that it's getting a second season, and I think it's confirmed for a third season already, which is kind of surprising. But I mean,
I'm saying
I liked it. I didn't like. I don't know.
I'm saying
I can't remember.
if it was released 4 years ago, it would have been SAO. Now it's not an SAO.
But
not yet.
My favorite episode was I think you know what I'm talking about too, where they were about to kill the princess, and they say he comes down, he just feels bad. I was actually low-key rooting for them to kill her because she's just, and they're like, how about this? We call the king trash and the princess bitch, and they're like, and I remember they said something, and they're like,
Her adventure name is whore.
They're like, oh yeah, bitch needs an adventure name. How about whore? I was dying. That was so funny, and he saved it.
I think my favorite episode is episode 15, which is Raftalia.
When you learn about Raftalia? I mean...
I like that episode. And then I like the closure at the end. At the end of the season.
Okay. So, I guess I'll move to my number 11. Cautious Hero.
Okay.
It's a isekai. But it's a comedy, and I'm not saying it was bad. I give it like a 7. I give it a 7, which is going to be somewhere around right where I give the next anime. But I just thought the next anime was just a little bit better. So, you go to your number 10.
My number 10 is Dr. Stone.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
I keep saying this. It is not because it's bad, but because personally everything is better. Not by much though. These are not long stretches.
You gotta be kidding.
But I'm not kidding. I don't
Okay, I don't agree with that.
I didn't think that Dr. Stone was as better as the other animes that I put on my list. Now I can switch. I would be able to say that Dr. Stone, number 10 would switch with my number 9, my next one. And I would be okay with that.
Okay,
but right now I'm putting Dr. Stone at 10.
All right, number 10, The Rise of the Shield Hero. Kind of the same reasoning you were. It was just, I was watching it. Every episode, you remember how the first episode was, I think, 45 minutes or so? Every episode just, for a while, it kind of felt like that. I was like, how am I only 10 minutes in? It's not like some anime I watch, like the recent My Hero episodes, when I've been watching them. Oh my gosh, I'm just watching them, I'm like, what? That's the end of the episode? I felt like I was only watching for like, I don't know, like 5 minutes, and I'm just like, okay, cool. All right, whatever.
So about that like episode grinding out, you know, all these episodes kind of towards the middle, grinding out, especially after they found Philo. After they found Philo.
Oh my gosh, Philo.
Sorry. After they found Philo, the episodes kind of started like grinding out to feel long. And I took a step back from it because we were both complaining at the time. And I thought, you know, maybe that's a good thing. Now, usually I say that's not a good thing, but maybe that's a good thing. Maybe it's more like they're telling more of a story in one episode than they would be telling more of a story in multiple. Which could be a positive thing when you think about it. But because we're binging it, it does make a difference.
I guess I could see that.
If it was a weekly thing, I think I would be more pleased. Because then I would be like, wow, I got a lot of information. I got a lot of content this episode.
It just felt long to me, and it just felt nothing felt really new there. I guess no, it was new. It was good for an isekai. For an isekai, that's ideal. I mean, because isekais are kind of predictable. Even Cautious Hero, it's pretty predictable, but it's more of a comedy, and it's just kind of funny to me. And yeah, I mean, but isekais are just kind of getting washed out at this point.
Yeah. All right. So moving on to my number 9, My Hero Academia. I will say My Hero Academia is number 9, just because so far it's only had so many episodes come out this year. And
okay.
For right now, it's at an all right position for me. It's at a good position. It's at a great position. I am interested, fully interested. But like I said, I feel like other things are better.
I still can't believe you're 9 and you're 10.
Like I said, those two could switch though.
Okay.
Dr. Stone could be over My Hero, but for right now, My Hero is over Dr. Stone.
I don't see that at all. I don't agree. I
don't agree.
I can't agree with that.
Go ahead with your 8 then.
You mean my 9?
Oh yeah, your 9. Sorry.
My 9 is Ahiru no Sora. That's the basketball anime, and I love it. It's an 8. I give it an 8, like close to an 8, maybe rounded up to an 8. But I really like it. I like it. I know it's not the greatest thing out there, but it's something I could watch. I'm looking forward to watching weekly. I don't have to watch right when it comes out, but when I see it every Wednesday, I watch it. I make time to watch it every now and then. I make sure I usually watch it within a day that it comes out, and I enjoy it. So
my number 8 is Domestic Girlfriend. We were watching this together.
Okay.
And,
I mean,
I couldn't.
no.
Let me explain.
Okay.
before you rebuttal. I couldn't. I put this as high as I wanted to put it. Mm-hmm. I didn't want to put it any higher because I didn't feel like it deserved any higher on my list.
Okay.
Compared to these other anime, but I loved it so much that I had to put it above these anime because it was just a fun anime to watch. Outside of being, I get it. You're trash for watching this dirty anime. I don't care. It was fun. It was so interesting and so dramatic that you wanted to watch it.
Now that you have Domestic Girlfriend, Dr. Stone, and My Hero this low, I know probably what your number 1, number 2, number 3 are going to be, but I don't know. I'm moving on to my number 8. My number 8 is Fire Force.
Okay.
I know how you feel about Fire Force, and I probably know where it's around your list, but it was an 8 to me. It was definitely not better than the stuff above it. Number 7, I fluctuated between those two, but yeah, it was good. It was good, like I said. That's definitely a solid 8 for me. About 5. I mean, these next few are probably about solid 8s, but yeah, Fire Force is more of a solid 8. These are a little bit above it, so. But I mean, Fire Force, when they got in that dungeon, I was not feeling it for the next few episodes until they started the show and Shinra fight. And then I just kind of felt like him. Before it happened, I was making jokes. What if he could stop time too, or something like that, or what if he could?
The world.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's what show's basically doing.
That'd world.
If someone doesn't.
Well,
edit
no,
like that,
it is going into a little bit more depth. But I'll talk about that later.
Yeah. I mean, but Shinra, when he did that just felt like such a ass pull to me. It didn't feel like it was. I was like, watch that happen, or I'm like, he's either gonna get his own like sort of thing, or he's gonna be able to stop time, and
so you're saying it progressed too fast.
It was just so. It just kind of felt like
it pulled nothing out of his head. Like it pulled something out of his head that it shouldn't have. Like
yeah, if like it's just showing me something, and it didn't show me how he got there. It just kind of, because when he originally did that, I think was it the Tiger Hand or whatever, or the tiger, I don't know, but he was not going that fast at all, and he could just because he wants to save his brother, he can go that fast.
But he went plus ultra. Dog.
That was whatever. You go to your number 7.
My number 7 is Black Clover.
Okay.
The rest of it,
I don't know how Black Clover should be your bottom. Black Clover should be your bottom.
It's not. I love this arc. This arc is literally one of my favorite arcs of all shonen of all time. I don't know if you've seen it. Actually, I don't think you have, but it's more of it's a fun loving arc. Like it's just an arc that you can watch, and I don't know if you ever felt this way about One Piece, but it's an arc that you can watch.
One Piece makes me feel everything.
Oh,
okay,
no,
One Piece gives me every emotion in the world.
No, it's an arc that like you're watching it, and then you're like having fun while watching it with the characters that are having fun.
Having fun with Black Clover is not possible. It's just so generic. It's so average. I mean, I dropped it once ever. I can't remember Captain Flagoleon or whatever his name. Flame. I can't remember his name.
Flagoleon is.
Yeah, Flagoleon. Whatever his name is. When he got put to sleep, and I know he just woke recently or whatever. Within the past few episodes or something like that, I can't remember. But all I know,
20 episodes.
Well, whatever. I know he's up, but he was asleep for like 50 episodes or something like that. So that's. I just thought it was really stupid. I don't know. I didn't really. I just thought it was so average. Everything was so predictable. Him, saying like he ends every fight with, he'll be getting his butt whooped for like the first, I don't know, for the whole episode, and then he ends the fight with like a sword attack, and then he's like, I am going to become the Wizard King. And I'm like, okay, that's just so worn out. Him having no powers, like, Deku having no powers and getting like the 5 leaf, which no one was ever gotten. That's like the best power or whatever.
Yeah.
Him getting that, I was just kind of predicting the demon thing. That's just so worn out at this point.
No, it's the thing of like, to me, it's the thing of like, it takes all the things about good shonen and like takes away all the things that you didn't like about it. To me personally, And it does have an original story. You can't say that. I haven't seen a story like that past the Julius versus Licht fight. Past that fight, and I feel like the story is brand new.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Up until then, I can understand the Naruto like similarities. Where like,
it's just,
he's going to be the Hokage. Like, I understood that.
It's a poor man. Okay, so you know how they say Fairy Tail is a poor man's version of Naruto, right?
Yeah.
So it's a poor man's version of Fairy Tail. And being a poor man's version of a poor man's version of an anime, that just shows you where it's at. Because
I just think it's taking the best part
Fairy
of
Tail
shonens
is Fairy Tail. Even what I've heard, Fairy Tail is better, and people Fairy Tail just gets shitted on all the time. So and if anyone is saying that Fairy Tail is better than Black Clover, that should just say it right there.
Move on to number 7 then.
My number 7. Okay, so we got My Hero Academia, the 4th season. It's so fun.
Anja,
it's rising. It is rising.
Like the Shield Hero.
No, that was dipping. That was dipping in my list. That was dipping in my list. That was never rising in my list. I almost put Cautious Hero ahead of it. But damn. My Hero Academia. Right now we're with the overhaul and the million thing. Where did we just leave off this episode? Deku and
Deku saving Lemillion.
Deku saving kind of
Lemillion from
fighting
Overhaul.
And he's fighting Overhaul now, and these two people just crash down, and they were saying the only way for you to win or whatever is if both of us die.
How do you feel about Lemillion?
Okay. Oh my gosh, I really like Lemillion. His power is crazy. I really do. I don't know. I really like Lemillion. I think he's a great character. I don't know. I mean, at first I was like, I don't know how I feel about him. I feel like he might be. I don't like where the anime is going. But I think he's a really great character. I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So my number 6 is JoJo Bizarre Adventure Part 5.
Okay.
The rest of it, I loved it.
That was your number 6.
That was my number 6.
Okay.
I really think that I don't think it's outbeaten certain parts that a lot of people says it has, but I think that it is probably number 1, probably like number 2 for my favorite parts.
Okay.
Of
JoJo's. You gotta keep in mind, this guy also thinks part 4 is one of the better parts. Okay.
Fucking amazing.
Okay, yeah, okay. All right, enough said with him. All right, number 6, Demon Slayer. I know that's been very popular this year, but I'm putting it right there. I liked it, but just, see, I'm going to say this, I was on it, like, I know people say this all the time. I was on it before it got popular. I watched the first episode the day it came out because I was looking at stuff, and I was like, hey, this is going to be one of the shonens that come out, one of the big shonens that come out this year. And I saw the first episode. I thought it was pretty cool. I loved the animation for it. I thought the animation was beautiful, and I still think it's just gorgeous. And for this year, definitely. And I don't know. But it took me a while to get into it, and I stopped watching it weekly after episode 5. I just didn't feel it anymore. And then I watched up until episode 13, then I dropped it again, and I was just like, I don't know. And then I just finally finished. I pushed through, and I don't know. I'm glad I pushed through. It got really good after that. It got really good, but the beginning, me having to drop it, it just kind of, that's why it's a little bit lower on my list.
This is where me and you share similarities. I put Demon Slayer at 5.
Okay.
For around the same reasons. If Demon Slayer didn't get good around like episode like 16 or 17, where Zenitsu kind of comes in, I think the moment that Zenitsu joins their party, the moment after the moving house or whatever, that's where it got good.
Yeah,
but
I agree.
If it stayed like that before, and the whole rest of the season was kind of that kind of feel.
So are you saying that they stayed with Zenitsu, or just like it felt like that?
It felt really good.
Okay, yeah.
After the moving house, But if it stayed like that before the moving house, if the anime had that same kind of tone and was
Zenitsu was cold, by the way, when he did that little.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, that was cold,
bro.
All right,
these thunderclaps.
All right, my number 5. Here's my number 5. Dr. Stone.
Okay.
Dr. Stone. I loved
Okay.
it. I loved the world building. I was really looking. That was actually, though I did not watch it, Vinland Saga and Dr. Stone. Where I did not watch Vinland Saga, but I'm waiting for a rainy day to watch that. Um, so to say, or a season where there's not much coming out. So I was really looking forward to Doctor Stone, and it blew my mind. I loved it. I loved how they keep developing and everything, and it just keeps growing. I'm looking forward to this war and the two different outlooks on life and how the world should be. I think that's a really great thing that we have not seen. Really, we have seen it, but I don't think we've seen it in this sort of way. We're
Context.
kind of
Definitely
context.
not making science fun. I've never had such fun like learning.
Yeah, I know,
You
and
know what I'm
I thought
saying?
it was
Like
and people like his IQ level's crazy high, and I mean obviously
it should be an anime that chemistry teachers show
yeah,
their classes.
like they make memes about it. My chemistry teacher, me
My
have to
chemistry
watch
teacher
Doctor Stone.
made us watch episode 20, 21, and 22 of Doctor Stone.
She did.
To figure out how to make a battery,
Oh, I was about to say that would be hilarious. But yeah, all right. So you want to go to your number 4?
Yeah, my number 4 is The Promised Neverland. I'm running off of this hype. Because it's so good, man. That ending episode where that little plot twist, I felt it. I knew it in the bottom of my heart.
What do you mean that little plot twist?
The mom and
and Ray.
yeah. So
I didn't feel that. I did not felt that.
I knew it. I think I knew it whenever like he revealed that he had been plotting with the mom for 6 months or for 6 years. 6 years.
Were you expecting Ray to be the traitor? You can't
No,
say.
I wasn't expecting
Who were you thinking it was? I was thinking it was Gilda.
Yeah, because they portrayed it like that. They made
Yeah.
it seem like it was Gilda, but it wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of threw me for a loop because whenever she went to the other mom's room, I keep forgetting names.
Sister Chrome.
Yeah, Sister Crone. Whenever she went to Crone's room, it made it seem like she slipped a note and then went to Crone's room, but she didn't. She never slipped a note in the first place. She went directly to Crone's room, which was kind of a misdirection. That was pretty damn good. It was a damn good anime.
All right, let me move to my number 4, Fruits Baskets 2019. He has not watched it. This is my first experience. I never saw the original Fruits Baskets, never read the manga, but watching this and the feelings it gave me got me in my feels. It just gives me goosebumps. I thought it was really beautiful, and just seeing how everyone's growing, and just this girl, she's been through a lot, but how she's able to put on, that face, and I don't know. I just really love it. I think it's a really, really good anime, and it's just one of those anime. It just makes me happy, and every time the episode came out, I remember coming home from school, and I would immediately, I just go to, I would, this is before I had, the streaming service. I'd go to Kiss Anime, and I'd watch it, and oh my gosh, I loved it. I honestly,
Seems like you had a deep connection.
I really loved it, and I don't know, I just connected on some points, but it just, I don't know. It'll be an anime that I surely remember, and I'm looking forward to the next season.
My number 3 is Vinland Saga.
Okay.
I can't put it anywhere else.
Oh my!
It's so good. It's so good. Vinland Saga is great. I don't think it's better than my number 2.
I think I know what you're.
For my personal reasons, I know you know what my number 1 is.
Okay, that's stupid, but okay, keep going.
But for Vinland Saga, man, like I said, we've read this manga, and I'm seeing it animated out. It's so damn good. Like, I've never felt so emotionally tied to something that I've already known. Like, it's like feelings I've already known because of reading it, and then animating it, and it makes it just even deeper. And it's so good in the way that it animates and the way that it portrays these characters. It has real depth in this animation. Every little movement of grass, movement of hair is saying something. And I think that is some of the most beautifulest things in anime.
Every move of hair?
Yes.
Okay.
His hair like blows in the wind very often. And it's like, it's so like gratifying to see it animated out and to see something that you've already known was going to be so good and not get ruined.
Yeah, I know. So Should I move to my number 3?
Yeah, you can go.
Number 3, Domestic Girlfriend.
Okay,
This is why
he had the balls to do something I couldn't do.
I honestly thought, because watching Domestic Girlfriend, just every episode, so much drama. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I couldn't believe what was going on. Everyone who's watched it said there's so much drama. It might be morally wrong, but it was a damn good story, and I will stick to that. It was great. Team Hina, by the way.
Team Rui out here.
Okay. Anyways, I loved it, and I was cheering for. But if he didn't take that damn picture,
bro.
Oh my gosh! If he did not take that dang picture, bro. All right.
There. It's crazy because Domestic Girlfriend was something that I could not put higher on my list. I couldn't physically do it.
Yeah.
Because I think that so much stuff was better than it, but the fact that you did it makes me feel a little bit better about it.
All right,
my number 2 is Mob Psycho 100.
Yeah, okay, then I
2.
know what your number 1 is. Okay.
So, I'm not gonna like overhype it because I know a lot of people have been overhyping it and saying everything about it. So I'll take a little take that not a lot of people have said. The attention to detail in this anime is crazy. The last couple episodes during that huge world-ending fight scene.
I did not. I have not seen Mob Psycho, by the way, so I can't really
through
say
that huge world-ending fight scene. You see the destruction of this city constantly throughout all these episodes. You see the same destruction of the city, and it's little details like that I really like about it. And the flashiness of this animation and the depth of Mob is something that is to be praised when thinking of even how to make an anime. You take this and you make it better, and you make it done like nobody has done before. And it's so good. And I'll let you move on.
I'll move on to my number 2, The Promised Neverland. I have it at number 2. I don't know if you know that should probably give away my number 1, but my number 2 is The Promised Neverland. I loved it, and the reason why I was interchanging between Domestic Girlfriend and The Promised Neverland, but the reason I put The Promised Neverland at number 2 is because that actually, I wanted to read the manga for both after that, but I remember just watching The Promised Neverland and just seeing just what would happen. Norman, I don't feel like he died and stuff like that. I just wanted to read ahead in the manga, and I have the physical copies, and I've just been reading ahead. I just love it. I love it, and it keeps getting better. I'll say that, but it was just so beautiful, and the ending and Isabel's lullaby and she could have stopped them from getting away, but she didn't, and just seeing that, and Phil, one of my favorite characters. Norman's my favorite, but yeah, you go to your number 1.
All right.
Let's see.
He knows my number 1, and he's gonna give me flack for it. But as much as flack as I get from my number 1, I feel like he should get on mine for having Domestic Girlfriend as high as he did.
This is a great anime.
Fire Force, and I don't give a fuck what anybody says about Fire Force. I think it is the best anime of 2019. I believe it is the best animation of 2019. And you would believe that I had my eyes closed while watching episode 19 of Demon Slayer, but I didn't. Because I had my eyes open watching every single fight scene during Fire Force, and that shit was so beautiful, man. I don't know how you could watch it and not say that this is the best animation of the year. It's so vivid. So great.
You're the only person I've ever heard say that.
Everything is going so quick, and you still get to see all the detail in animation.
I've only heard people talk about three animes that have the best animation. 3 different ones that I've heard.
Demon Slayer.
I've heard Demon Slayer. I've heard Vinland Saga, and I've heard Attack on Titan.
And I've seen all but one, and I can still tell you that Fire Force is the
I've seen clips of Vinland
online.
Saga, and I've seen clips of Attack on Titan, and I've seen Fire Force and Demon Slayer, and everyone I've talked to about this, they're like, oh, not even close. Demon Slayer has better animation. But we're moving on from that. My number 1 best anime of 2019. I haven't seen Vinland Saga, so it may change when I see Vinland Saga. But Carol and Tuesday, that's a 10 out of 10 for me. It was just so beautiful. I cried. I got goosebumps throughout it. It's just like the world. You could see just how the world is, and just how the problems that are going on in the world, and just how the stuff that goes on in the music industry, and just what goes on when you're famous, and it may seem like everything's perfect, but not everything is. Not everything's going to go your way. Not everything. I mean, it just shows you how hard it is to get up to places, and a lot of it's luck. And that's kind of how I don't know, but it's just, I don't know. I really like this anime, and the ending is very sad. I don't know. I really liked it, and it's just gonna be an anime I'll never forget. And it was a 10 out of 10 for me. It was just so beautiful. I couldn't give it anything less than a 10. And yeah, so
I personally haven't seen it, but he said that I would like it a lot.
So I know how he feels about. So now we're gonna move on to our predictions or our thoughts for the Crunchyroll Anime Awards. What we think should get these, and what we think will win, or popular picks or whatever in our picks. So for Anime of the Year, I'm going with Carol and Tuesday, but I also think Vinland Saga would be a good one. But I have not seen it, so I can't really say that. So, okay. But I think by popularity, it's going to be Demon Slayer, just because of just how popular it is. I think that's going to win it. That's going to take it, just because it's very popular. I think it's good, just because I don't know, but I don't know. I think it was good, but I don't think it was Anime of the Year. I think stuff like The Promised Neverland, even that was pretty popular. But those are one of the 3 big shows that came out this year: Promised Neverland, Dr. Stone, and Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer was the most popular of the bunch, and then probably Dr. Stone, then Promised Neverland, but it depends on where you look, because in the winter, Promised Neverland was talked about a lot, and we had a friend that's all he talked about was the Promised Neverland, and
for me,
we never watched it but when we did.
For me, Anime of the Year probably would go to Promised Neverland in popularity.
No, not in popularity.
In popularity, I think what would actually be voted on Crunchyroll would be Promised Neverland. I know that Demon Slayer probably will actually win.
Yeah, I think, but
I think Promised Neverland. It would be cool to see Promised Neverland.
I think I'm hoping I could see a Carol and Tuesday up there, or at least a Vinland Saga, because usually it's just kind of. But best protagonist, I don't know, but we have
hot take now for me.
No. I know maybe because I'm looking at some of them right now, and I'm trying to remember some of them. Tanjiro from Demon Slayer, Shinra from Fire Force,
Senku has to be probably the best protagonist. Actually,
Deku from My Hero, Thorfinn from Vinland Saga, Senku from Vinland Saga. Senku from Dr. Stone. Why did I say that? And Emma from The Promised Neverland. Senku. I'm going with protagonist.
Senku.
Senku.
Who else could it be?
I guess Senku, but Tanjiro might win this as well because of just the popularity. But Tanjiro, he's good. I don't think he's the best protagonist ever. He feels a little bit
more bland than Senku.
No, I mean,
he feels.
He's not my favorite. Tanjiro's not my favorite. He's not even my favorite in the series. But just he kind of gives people like how Emma from The Promised Neverland. He just makes everyone. He just knows. He's doing, he's just so nice to people without even knowing it. He's saying the right things that people need to hear without even knowing it. The way he's able to talk to people, the way he could feel for the demons, and he's a good written protagonist. He's not the best, but he's a really good one.
I think Senku has more depth than Tanjiro. Hot take. Because Senku has so many sides to him, and he can literally get himself out of any situation, and charmingly too.
All right, best animation, Demon Slayer. Okay, best antagonist. I'm joking. Best animation. I say Demon Slayer, but it could go to, like I said, it could go to Attack on Titan or.
You think it could go to Carol and Tuesday?
Vinland. No, Carol and Tuesday. I mean, no, because just the CGI with the music and everything. It kind of threw some people off. Kind of threw me off, but I wasn't really paying too much to that. But it was
Demon Slayer one.
Yeah, I mean best. I don't know. I think
if Demon Slayer took over this everything, I would be mad.
I would be. Who?
Best couple?
No. We're moving on to
sorry.
All right, best antagonist. This one I have a strong opinion on, and it's not Tsukasa because I think that might win it, but I think it should be Isabella from The Promised Neverland. I think that
makes sense.
She's just a. Oh my! I just loved her because she felt for the kids. She went through their exact situation. She's trying to help them out. She's trying to. She genuinely loves the kids, but she's also got to the point where she's learned to not get attached to people. And like what happened with Leslie, that's still very teary eyed. I don't know. I got a little teary eyed about that with where she learned her lullaby from, with the him playing that little guitar or mandolin or whatever it is, and it was just so beautiful.
Tearful.
Yeah, I don't know. It was good. Best character design. I don't know. I don't really know what this means. I don't know.
It's like what is the best designed character?
Best character design for.
Oh
anime,
yeah,
for
I mean
anime.
like who designs characters? What anime has the best?
I don't know.
And I would say Demon Slayer would win if anything because of the villains are designed very well. Especially the spider family was designed amazingly.
Last year, past winner for this was best character design. Last year was JoJo Golden Wind.
Okay.
JoJo Part 5 Golden Wind. So that'll give you a little.
But in that sense, then yeah, Demon Slayer should win.
Best boy, I have a strong opinion about this. Norman, I think he's best boy. Bet he's
Zenitsu.
best boy.
Zenitsu.
He's number 2.
Zenitsu.
He's number 2 in my opinion. He's number 2 in my opinion, but I got to give it to Norman just because he almost kind of sacrificed himself. But I still think he's alive, and just how he planned everything out, and he was always helping everyone. He was looking forward. Huh?
That dude's dead. That dude is dead.
I don't know, but I really love Norman. I just think he was a really good. I was not expecting him to die. I was expecting something to happen where he got free or something. I was not expecting him to die, and I like Norman more than
he took it like a champ.
Than Ray. But I don't know. I don't think he's dead because he's like, Emma, you thought I would die without you letting me get in them cheeks. I'm playing, but anyways,
is that really a competition? Though?
Best score? I mean, like, I don't know if that means by like music, if it's talking about
music,
background noise in general. Because if it's talking about like the
it does.
It
doesn't include that, but it includes
because if it's including
area.
best score, then I'm giving it to Carol on Tuesday. But if it's including like best, I don't know if it's including.
I would say Carol on Tuesday. There's no competition there.
Yeah.
For this year.
Yeah. Best girl. Oh my gosh.
Rui.
There's so many. Rui. Okay, so this one I had a few written down by popularity. I think
we all know who's gonna win, but Rui.
Oh yeah, it's Nezuko's gonna win. Nezuko's gonna win.
She's gonna win.
But best girl, Nezuko, Shinobu from Demon Slayer, Uraraka from My Hero, which might be a contender. I don't know, because we've learned there's been a lot of story around her. Well, not a lot, but we've learned more
tidbits.
And Maki,
okay,
from Fire Force, Tamaki from Fire Force as well.
She's cute.
Rory, Hina, Toru Honda from Fruits Baskets. What am I talking about? Emma from The Promised Neverland. Kohaku from Dr. Stone. Raftalia and Philo from The Rise and the Shield Hero. I'm giving my pick. I don't know, just my best girl of the year, Shinobu. Oh my god.
Shinobu?
Yeah, Shinobu from Demon Slayer. Oh my gosh, I would destroy her. Oh my gosh, she's so fine, bro. I'm telling you. And she had I don't know. I just really liked her story, and I don't know. I thought it was like just because we learned more about her past. I thought it was. You kind of learned more about her, and I just thought she was a sweet character, and she was really.
Is it illegal to say Emma?
What, that you would destroy Emma, or just best girl?
Best girl, obviously.
Oh, okay. All right. Because I'm saying, if you're talking about destroying her, then that's a whole case. But like, well, nothing's okay. Anyway, we're going off to
best fight scene. That's hard. There's so many damn good ones. Like
best fight
a lot of them are really good.
Best fight scene.
I would throw my pick to be.
I gotta remember what I even watched.
I'd throw my pick to be Askeladd versus
I haven't seen it, but I've seen clips of it, so I can't really say. But I would say that would be
Askeladd versus Thorfinn probably was.
But you know
one of my favorites.
You know what's probably gonna win this for sure, because episode 19. Because it's gonna be probably Tanjiro. Demon Slayer is probably gonna dominate this. It would be
Zenitsu and just the 1 second fight scene.
Yes, bro. Oh my gosh. But
done.
But yeah, I mean, best fight scene. I don't know. There's a bunch out there, but if I had to give my take on it, I'm gonna give my take on it. I'm gonna say, I gotta look at my list again, bro, to see what I saw this year. Probably.
I will say show versus
Lemillion versus Overhaul. That was a great one. That was a good one.
Show versus
Show versus Shinra. That was a really good
one.
That was really good.
That was fun to watch. We were all watching it in the living room, and we were going crazy.
One of the entrances to the fight, best entrance to the fight, I say, of all year. But I haven't seen any One Piece episodes that came out this year, so remember that. So that may change in the future.
Stampede?
But the Stampede does not count because that's why I didn't put that on my list, because it would have. That's kind of and that's not an original movie. So, but best fight scene, best fight entrance, it would be Shinra versus what? It was someone from the first, someone from the what is it?
You sure it was first?
Yeah, it was from the first. What are they called?
I don't know his name, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, when he came in down, and he went through the building, just came down, destroyed. Oh my gosh, he kicked him straight into the ground. Oh my god, that was bad. That was bad as fuck. I was like, hold on. I got all those goosebumps. I was like, hold on.
He's talking all this nice stuff, but he still ranks it low.
Best director. This one, I don't know their exact names, but I'm gonna give it to either the director for Vinland Saga, because he did such a great job. I think his name is I don't know how to say it. Shuai Yabuta, if I'm not mistaken. And then I think he did an amazing job, just because he opened it up for animes manga like Vagabond and stuff like that.
He didn't drop the ball. That's the important thing.
I mean, he did a really great job with it, so that's why I'd want to give it to someone like him. And also, the one who did episode 19 for Demon Slayer he did a really great job, and he also did some directing for the anime in general. So, best couple, I don't know.
For me and
Raph, but they're not really a couple. They're not really a couple.
Well gotten married last episode, but okay.
I was thinking about talking about, because Ruri or Hina, which one was the better couple?
Oh,
I thought what's the main character's name?
Dude, I forgot.
Bro, what was the main character's name?
Does it matter? He is not the important one.
Tetsuo?
No,
Natsuo.
I think
Natsu.
I think it's Natsuo. I think it's
Natsuo. I think it was Natsuo. But
he's not important.
But I was thinking we could talk about one of those two. But like I said, I'm Team Hina and Team Hina. So in your Team Ruri. But I mean, best couple, I didn't really watch much.
I'm just saying,
couples.
you need a girl that knows what she wants, bro. And she obviously, that last episode showed.
Bro,
she knows what she
needs
wants.
to get in Shinobu. He needs to get in Shinobu by the end of the anime. I'm telling you, he has to.
That's crazy.
He would destroy her. I'm saying, but yeah, basically, we don't know what's gonna win. So, anime of the year, like I said, Demon Slayer. Best protagonist. Probably, I don't know.
It's all up to chance, really.
All up to chance. Best animation, probably Demon Slayer. Best antagonist, we got Overhaul, Tsukasa. We got Isabella, and best character design, toss up. I don't really know. Best boy, I'm going with Norman. Best score, Carol on Tuesday. Best girl, probably gonna be Nezuko. That's gonna be best fight scene. What's probably gonna win is episode. What was his name?
Episode 19.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Tanjiro and.
I don't know the other dude's name.
I can't remember. Best
Overhaul versus
Lemillion.
Could be potential.
Yeah.
I think they might have missed
best
the
couple
cutoff date.
And best director. I don't know.
They might have missed the cutoff date for that one.
I'm not sure. I don't know. With that being said, that's the end of this episode of the Anime Casuals podcast. You can catch us again in 2 weeks, where we will be covering the Crunchyroll Anime Awards. Till then, take care, guys.